Gezi Park Chronicles. It's about events that happened back in Turkey, starting in 2013, but then the events folded, so we had like protests over years, but the main protest was like 3 weeks in total, and 22 people died, and I want to make a film, interactive documentary kind of thing, a website that you can walk around, and then it informs the viewer about these events and the happenings around it. And this is a physical like playtest of how the world will be and how the narrations will unfold and what will you learn at the end of the narrative. So this is the part that I'm testing how the narrative will work and how the language and tone I should imply in the game. And this is like the 3D world and the characters you will meet and the objects you will find. And this is your character, and you can use it like to walk around and like read things.
Is there a specific order, or
No,
do we could I jump?
Yeah, you can
to
go
there?
wherever you want to be.
Okay.
Because the world will be a circle, so I wanted to like indicate you can just do whatever you want in the world. You don't even have to finish the whole thing. You can just do whatever you want. Because it's not a linear film. It's just like.
Can you give us like a little bit of a story thread so these guys know what they're looking at? Because there's not, they don't have very much except for your paper prototype. So give us a little bit of a story thread. What happened that day?
Story?
Yeah.
I want them to like learn it by playing it.
Oh,
so that I also get informed what they learned out of this instead of me saying it.
All right.
But I can say it at the end to the audience instead of my.
Can one of you read one of these so the rest of the class can? Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll just read this one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We started to protest a wide range of concerns, at the core of which were issues of freedom of the press, of expression, assembly, and the government's encroachment of Turkey's secularism. While police used tear gas to disperse the peaceful protests like me and burn down our tents in order to allow the bulldozing to continue. Photos of a scene, such as my image in red, holding my ground while being sprayed by policemen, quickly spread throughout the world media. My image encapsulated Turkey's protests and the severe police crackdown.
Should we jump into strengths?
Yeah.
I think the strength of this is that this is really powerful information, and it's something that isn't to be taken for granted at all, because we live in a time where some countries do have the ability to be very expressive, and then we have other situations where there's countries that have total lack of access to internet. And this is something I've heard you voice throughout different classes that we've had together, but this content should not be taken for granted, and it's very powerful for framing and contextualizing how people are living.
I like too that you're doing it not in a narrative of like start, beginning, real, end, but like allowing people to experience it, because I think like people who were there didn't experience all of it and learned about. I mean, like I'm sure you learned about parts of it through the media too. Like people here, like we learned all of it through the media, but like you also learned some of it through the media, but have this different perspective. So I think that's interesting too, of like seeing these different perspectives and seeing it in like a non-linear form.
So let's go to big W, the weakness.
The one weakness I see in this form is as soon as you said circle, I got it immediately. I was like, oh, perfect. Okay, so this is like you are able to drift through things the way you see fit. So seeing this, even if this was a paper prototype with like sticky notes and it was in the form of a circle, would have helped me just to grab it immediately. But the second that you said that this is non-linear, it was so much easier to grasp it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this form limits, again, if it wasn't a circle, you could go around. Because like my first thought was like, okay, this is the lowest, then I have to go here, then I have to go here. Like that's